Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Joy Anna Duggar talks about her family falling apart. Joy Anna Duggar and Austin Forsyth haven't talked much about the drama surrounding the Duggar family. They mainly remained quiet throughout Josh Duggar's arrest, trial, and sentencing. Even when Jill Duggar released her book and appeared in the Shiny Happy People documentary, the couple didn't say much. However, Joy has been vocal about Jinger Duggar's book and how it opened up her thinking and made her question things. She discussed it in a YouTube video before she and Austin took a break from weekly vlogging. Joy and Austin appeared on the Unplanned podcast in a surprising turn of events. They likely were connected through Jinger Duggar and Jeremy Vuolo, who filmed the podcast earlier this year. Jill and Derek Dillard also did an episode. Some of Joy's comments weren't surprising, but when she mentioned her family falling apart, we took notice. Joy Anna Duggar talks about her family falling apart in 2023. Last year was a big year for the Duggar family. Jill Duggar's book, Counting the Cost, was released 3 months after she and Derek Dillard appeared in Shiny Happy People. Jill and Derek discussed the family's lifestyle, strict rules, and inner workings in great detail, including how Jim Bob Duggar treated his daughters and other family members. Joy Anna Duggar talked about how her family was falling apart when she welcomed Gunnar into the world. That was June 2023, coinciding with the release of the documentary and Jill's book being pushed up due to popular demand. She didn't go into specific detail, but she was clearly unhappy with how her big sister handled things. It was also implied that Jill's truths may have rattled some things within the family, turning Joy's usually predictable world upside down. Joy Anna Duggar reveals postpartum depression. The declaration that her family was falling apart was also mixed with the revelation that Joy Anna Duggar had postpartum depression after welcoming Venner. She and Austin Forsyth talked about not wanting to use medication despite her doctor's recommendation. Instead, Joy opted to change her lifestyle by eating differently and working out, which is also something she talked about in one of her vlogs. Despite being asked about both sisters' books, Joy hung on to Jinger Duggar's book. Jill Duggar has seemingly become the family's scapegoat, as her book gives critics an inside look at what happened from her point of view. Joy Anna Duggar Forsyth recently opened up about the emotional turmoil she's been going through as her once tightly knit family seems to be unraveling. Known for their large family dynamic, strict conservative values, and prominence on reality television, the Duggar family's reputation has been marred by scandals, disagreements, and shifting relationships. In a heartfelt interview, Joy Anna shared her thoughts about watching her family fall apart and the bittersweet challenges of moving forward in the midst of it all. The Duggar legacy. The Duggars became household names with the show 19 Kids and Counting, which showcased the everyday life of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar and their expansive brood. The show depicted a family built on faith, discipline, and strong family bonds. Joy Anna was one of the middle children, growing up with the cameras documenting milestones and the idyllic vision of their tight-knit community. But behind the scenes, the pressure to maintain the family's spotless image was often overwhelming, Joy Anna admits. There was always this sense that we had to be perfect, like we were representing something bigger than ourselves. It's not that our parents demanded that of us, but I think we all felt it, she reflects. As she grew older, Joy Anna started to notice cracks in the perfect facade. I started seeing things that didn't quite align with what we were taught or how we were expected to live, she says. She adds that while she doesn't regret her upbringing, there were aspects of it that she's had to unlearn to embrace her own family's path. The impact of Josh Duggar's scandals, one of the most significant strains on the family, came with the public revelation of her eldest brother Josh's misdeeds. Josh Duggar's scandals, including molestation allegations and, more recently, his conviction on child pornography charges, have deeply fractured the family. I think that was the beginning of everything breaking down, Joy Anna confides. It was a wake-up call. It forced us all to look at things differently and acknowledge that not everything was okay. She explains how she, along with her siblings, struggled to reconcile the version of their brother they knew growing up with the version of him exposed by the media. We were so sheltered. We didn't see the world the way other people did. So when things started to come out, it felt like the rug was pulled out from under us, she admits. While some of the siblings have chosen to publicly condemn Josh's actions and distance themselves from him, others have maintained a more neutral stance, which has created tension within the family. Joy Anna hints that the division over how to handle Josh's situation has led to emotional rifts. We're all trying to heal in our own ways, but it's hard when some of us see things so differently. Sibling relationships under strain. The weight of the scandal and the family's public fall from grace has caused a noticeable strain on the once close sibling bonds. Joy Anna describes how the siblings have drifted apart, with some choosing to step away from the spotlight, while others continue to embrace the Duggar legacy. We used to be so close, especially as girls. We did everything together. But now, there's this distance, not just physical, but emotional, she explains with a sad smile. One of the biggest sources of division has been how each sibling chooses to live their life outside the strict rules they grew up with. For instance, Jill Duggar Dillard has been open about distancing herself from their parents and their rigid rules, and she and her husband, Derek Dillard, have spoken out against the way the family's television thing was handled. Joy Anna admits that seeing her sister publicly break away has been tough, but that she understands Jill's perspective. I miss her. I miss the way things used to be, but I get it. We all have to figure out what's best for our own families now. When asked about her relationship with her other siblings, including Jessa, Jinger, and Jonna, Joy Anna takes a deep breath. We're all still in contact, but it's not the same. We're at different places in life, and we're dealing with everything that's happened in different ways. I just wish we could all sit down and be honest with each other without all the extra noise. Moving forward with Austin and their family. Despite the pain of watching her family splinter, Joy Anna is determined to focus on her own family and their future. Married to Austin Forsyth, Joy Anna is the mother of 2 children, and she finds solace in creating a stable home for them. Austin and I have had to make some hard choices about how we want to raise our kids. We're not perfect, but we're trying to do things in a way that's best for them and for us, she says. While Joy Anna and Austin still uphold their faith and many of the values they were raised with, they've made a conscious effort to approach parenting with more openness and flexibility. Austin has been my rock through all of this. He's been so understanding of the family dynamics and how hard it's been on me, she adds. Joy Anna emphasizes that they are building their own traditions and focusing on what matters most, creating a loving, supportive environment for their children. We want them to feel free to be themselves, to ask questions, and to know that no matter what, they're loved. Navigating the public eye. Even as Joy Anna steps back from the public eye, she recognizes the lasting impact of growing up on reality TV. People always think they know you because they've seen your life on TV, but the reality is they only saw a part of it, she reflects. Though she's grateful for the opportunities and experiences that came with being a Duggar, Joy Anna admits that the scrutiny has taken its toll. People expect us to be these perfect Christians, and when we fall short, it's like the whole world is watching and judging. She acknowledges that the public's fascination with her family makes it difficult to escape the limelight entirely. But she's learning to set boundaries. I don't know anyone my life story, she says firmly. I'll share what I feel comfortable sharing, but there's so much that people don't see, and that's okay. Finding peace in the chaos. As she reflects on the state of her family, Joy Anna's voice softens. It's heartbreaking to see us fall apart like this. But I believe that God has a plan, even in the chaos. While she doesn't know what the future holds for the Duggar family, she's hopeful that healing is possible. We may not go back to the way things were, but I hope we can find a new way to be a family. For now, Joy Anna is focusing on moving forward, finding peace in her faith, and prioritizing her own family. It's been a long journey, and it's not over yet, but I have hope. I have to.